You're listening to Book Club Babes. Let's get into it. Hey,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am also good, but you're very good.
Ooh, ooh, the magazine's gone to the printer.
To the press.
Goodbye. Goodbye and
Nice.
good riddance.
And good riddance. See you soon, because you will see it again soon.
Yes, we will see it again soon. But anyways, the big part is done. Goodbye.
Yay! Congratulations. That was so
Yay,
fucking
thank
stressful.
you.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
Thank you. Oh my God. Anyways, what's up and with new with you?
Nothing. I think I'm literally like still reading all the same stuff. Even
Mhm.
George got
Hi,
a bone.
George.
But yes, no, I'm all the same stuff. Nothing exciting. What about
All the
you?
same. Literally, I finished This Summer Will Be Different. It was so good. Oh, what a sweet little story. Oh, she grew, she learned to love herself. She opened her heart to a man. Oh, and then he grew, fell out of
The
love.
flower seeds book exchange
Exchange. Oh my God.
is so
Perfection.
fucking cute. So fucking
Perfection.
cute. So fucking
Yes.
cute.
No,
But then I
their
was
love
thinking,
story. So good.
it's so good. But then I was thinking like I don't know why I think like this, but I'm like sending seeds in the mail would be so much cheaper than buying a book and sending a book in the mail.
True.
Like one person
Those
is
mhm.
doing way
One
more.
person's yeah, one person's doing a lot. I'll just cut that out, yeah.
But don't
Editing.
you
Bye.
want to go to PEI now, though? Don't you?
Why aren't shouldn't we be going there this summer? I don't know
Yeah.
why we're not there.
Flip. Yes, I want to go, although I can't eat seafood. But it would still be fun, and I want to see Anne of Green
Yeah.
Gables.
I want to go and see so much stuff on the East Coast. So
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, just the ocean and all the lighthouses and all the lobsters. Whatever you want.
And then I would be able to eat fresh seafood though, sad. Though I'm not like huge on it, so
But
but
scallops are really good wrapped in bacon. They're like
mm,
butter, like soft buttery guys.
buttery, buttery. But other than that, I don't think well, I haven't been up to much other than listening to that. And then literally just started, so I can't say anything at all but the next book, but I can't even remember the book, the newest one,
Oh,
Charlie
yes,
Fortune
the
book.
grandma, her grandma. You get to meet her
Her
nan.
grandma.
Her
Okay.
nan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll be
It's
meeting
cute.
her Nan soon then.
It's cute so far. Um, you had mentioned a corrections corner, but
I have a little corrections corner, yeah.
I also have a little corrections corner too, and that is, I should have looked this up before I'm talking about it, but that is, what was that book called that was too smart for us? We Do Not Part.
Oh, we do not part, yeah.
Okay, so
That book is
after
way too smart for
after
me.
I looked at after we talked about it, I was like, I wonder like what it's actually about. So I looked it up because I was like, surely there's a reason like why
Surely,
we're not understanding and
surely is going to tell us who's
what's going on. And
going
it's
on. Yeah.
talking up and like the main thing is talking about like a massacre that happened in Asia that like obviously we
Yes.
wouldn't have any idea
No.
happened because we're
Yes.
not taught that.
Mhm.
But learning that, I was like, oh, this suddenly makes so much more sense because it's covering like a huge thing that happened not in our world, but
Mhm.
I mean, in
Mhm.
our world is all the same world. You know what I'm
Yes.
trying to say. I'm not
Yes.
minimizing this at all.
Yes.
It was terrible. It was a
Yes.
literal massacre. Like, let's not fucking
Yes.
romanticize that. But we just had no idea.
Yes.
So it was like,
Yes,
what is
because
this?
yeah, like completely like different continent,
Yes.
country,
Yes.
etc. Not that
Yes.
we shouldn't be ignorant to that fact, but
Yes. So anyway, that book was about that. So I just
mhm,
felt that we like kind of didn't really give it
true.
justice because it was
You're
about a
so
really serious thing.
you're actually a really kind human being, and I'm just like fuck the world. Fuck
No,
it.
no. If the book was not for us. Like obviously it
Yeah.
didn't jive. It just wasn't like the prose was
Hmm.
weird for us. We just didn't
Hmm.
understand, but like there was a whole extra layer of not understanding on top of it. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
True, true,
So we
true.
don't sound ignorant, you know. Is there what was your corrections corner?
Oh, yes, my corrections corner. I do have to say, I feel bad. Last week, I was like, Allie's mom is just like, I don't know, divorced or like not around. She passed away. RIP her mom. So I feel really bad because in this half, she's doing some things honoring her mom and thinking about her mom. So my bad.
Louisa?
No, not Louisa. Ellie.
Oh, Ali.
Yes,
Got you.
Ellie. Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, it happens. I mean, it was just complicated. And the
Yes.
more you know, we only just
Mhm.
learned the artist's name even. So,
True this week. This is true.
which was
But
not what I was expecting.
before this week, we just have one new babe. If we want, if do, should we invite her, or should we say hello to our newest babe before we get into our book?
Please, yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, sorry. Sherry. Hi.
Hi, Sherry.
Hello.
Sherry,
She's
do you
reading The
know
Friends with Us.
Shirley? Oh, nice. This is such a
Uh,
great book. I wish that you were
such
reading
a
this
good book.
book at a less busy time in your life. Maybe you'll have to listen to it in a
I
few months.
was just going to say, see, these are things. I opened up my notes here. I'm like, look at me. I typed out a few little things here. I said, I want to listen to the audiobook is what I want to do like right after. So I'll finish up Carly Fortune, then this.
Our
So,
sports are touching.
so
Um,
let's talk about this book.
oh my glob. There's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start.
I'm in love. I'm sad. I'm okay. Well, last week we pretty much,
We
where
end
did
off
we
with
end?
Christian dying. Christian dies.
We end up exactly. We end up with Christian dying and literally the artist, because at that point we don't know his real name.
But we do now, so we can call
We
him by
don't
that.
know. Yeah, we can call him Kim Kim.
Kim
So
Kim.
that's sweet. So love it. And he is quite distraught on top of his already distraughtness. So it sounds like they all start to bring him back by, you know, making him laugh, and like it's really sweet that they do just come around him and that they are on a hunt for art supplies and how are they going to get it for this competition and everything like that, which Louisa and Ted are on the train now at this point, and they're on their way still, and Ted is continuing his story. That's
Oh
where we
my
kind of are.
God.
Yes.
I love how the story, like, I thought I was like, is this just gonna be like all on the train? Like I was
Mm-hmm.
curious how it was going to come out. And I love how the story did take some like turns from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they're like, and I didn't call any of it really.
No,
Like
no, yeah.
I was thinking about it this morning and I was like, I that is not like
No.
Ted's dad dies and we know that happens. And
Yes.
so
Yeah.
with all of that, but he would
Yeah.
literally had terminal cancer. So that was like
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
only
Hello.
thing. That
Yeah. Yes. And well, you did kind of call it like, oh, you know how he speaks kind of like in euphemisms or whatever, like somebody else will die or there'll be another burial or whatever. He
right,
says, making us think somebody's going to die, but at
right.
the end, they don't die.
Well, I think because in the beginning it says it starts and ends with a funeral. So I think it's
Yes.
Christian and Ted's dad are the two
Oh,
funerals,
okay.
but then it also makes mention to the stones that they buried with their names
Yes.
on them as like the last
Mm-hmm.
funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that as well, but that
Yeah.
never comes back. So I don't really know like what
Mm-hmm.
the purpose of the stones were.
True. True.
But yes, he's sneaky, Frederick. He's sneaky.
Sneaky little guy.
Sneaky bugger.
Um,
It's kind of
and
interesting. I was thinking about it actually, how like we obviously know their friendship with one another is significant, but
Mhm.
it's like they all go through something really shitty, and the three friends pull that one like almost out of it, right? So
Mhm.
Christian dies, and that's really bad for Kim, and so that's like a struggle. And then Ted's dad dies, and that's really bad for Ted, obviously. And they come around and they
Yeah.
rally with him. We know what happened to Jorah's dad, which like I fucking loved. Or wait, how
Yeah.
do you say his name?
Oh yeah. 1 second. Let me pull that up.
Your?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's your. One
Your.
second. We need to shout out Shauna
Oh
there
yeah, she
because
sent this.
she put us into place. 1 second.
Yeah, play it. Play it on the thing.
It's pronounced you are.
You
You're,
are. You are.
you're, you're,
Probably
you're.
just gonna be Jor from me. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Your.
Yes. Jor, we were saying before we got on here, I was like, hello, we were raised in the 90s and it was very phonics based. So we just
Jor.
sound everything out because
Yes.
we're North American
Say
English.
it how
Wow.
you spell it. Fuck. Swedish. They're the worst for that too.
They just
Yeah.
throw a sneaky J in there and like
I know. Ted is
those
actually Yed.
Icelandic. Yeah,
Yed.
yeah,
Ted. Yed.
exactly.
They're all just
Probably
gonna lie.
is. Oh my God. Ah! Oh my God, it
Christian.
probably is. Christian,
Yistin. Oh,
Yistin.
no, no.
Oh my Lord.
So like
Oh gosh.
Yori is Jor?
Your,
Yor?
your.
Yori? I thought there was like an E at the end when she said it.
Okay, 1 second.
Yor. Yori.
It's pronounced you are.
Oh,
Your,
Yor. Like it's got a
your.
U, like a solid
Yeah.
U. There are no fucking U's in
No,
Jor. Jor.
it's Jor. It's Jor, obviously. It's or
Okay.
with a J on the front.
And what is she saying that it is again? Sorry. This is
Oh,
It's pronounced you are.
You were. Okay, it's not happening for me. You can try, but it's already gone. I don't
it's
even know. You
well,
are.
once it's Jor forever. So
Right?
it's like that for the whole pod. Like I don't know if you're late to this, but like we never correct ourselves on the actual name because it's
No.
once it's stuck, it's there. It's never leaving.
At least we're
From a
calling him like by his name phonetically,
Yeah,
and we didn't just make up like
no.
little baby daddy or something, like a weird little name for
Little dude, little
little
dude,
little
little
dude. Yeah.
dude.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
so yours
Your
dad.
yes.
I mean, we've all read it, so we can talk about it.
Yes.
But he essentially has an accident at work that
Hmm.
renders him paraplegic, or like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
loses like he becomes a
He had
different
a
person.
traumatic brain injury, I guess would
Yes.
yes.
Yes. And like I honestly love that, because I was like, I want this guy to die, but like you knew that it was going to
Fuck.
be traumatic.
Hmm.
And then the scene where his mom, like yours mom, was like, no, you don't
Hmm.
understand. Like I stole your knife because I was going to kill him tonight. It was just
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
oh my God, it was all just so perfect.
It
I
was
did love that. Hmm.
yeah, it was good. And then just all of how that story, just like how the people at the harbor knew and never said anything, and then how it brought in Kim's dad, and how like just that whole scene was
And
just
it even
perfect.
brought the motherfucking bird back into it, because it was set I highlighted, I don't know what it said, but it was something like the amount that the steel beam that he was on like was
Oh,
off, like it was by
yeah.
just a little touch,
Hmm.
like a little tiny touch of an ounce or
Yeah.
whatever, and it was like
Yeah.
it could be like the weight of a bird. Like the bird came
Hmm.
back and was like, fuck this
Hmm.
guy.
Fuck that guy. Fuck him. He's the worst. Well, and like these guys are trying to console him and his mom when they are literally covered in bruises and cuts from him. So like,
Yeah.
you
And
know what?
everybody knew and nobody did
Mhm.
anything. Which
Exactly.
was like you were saying, the people down at the harbor and all of
Harbor,
that, like
yeah.
it was really interesting to see that side of it come into it too, because even, I mean, we all know Kim gets sent to art school,
Hmm.
and the people down at the harbor even fundraise to like
Yes.
send him because they
Yeah.
knew like it's a lot of guilt, but
Mhm.
it's fucking Kim's dad that actually
Yes.
says something to
Mhm.
Chor,
To
which was
Chor. Yeah.
interesting. And then we even see him come around in the end because he like has to
Mhm.
sell everything for Kim to go to art school. It's just
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
also touching.
And you did kind of call some things though. You called that Christian's mom would have a much bigger role. You did
Yes.
call that. You
Yes.
did call
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
she comes back into play and like quite right away. We get a lot of answers that we did have at the end of last week, answered right off the bat. Like she asks, are we going to see Christian's mom because she's an art school teacher? I'm putting things together. Hello,
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
Louisa. And he's
Mhm.
like, yes, that's where we're going, hopefully.
Mhm.
So then like, and I love the part of the story where he's like, that's why I became a like that she's the reason why I became a teacher, a history teacher. And she's like, no, you became a teacher because of the owl, because you're a nice person, like because you don't want people like that teaching humans, like not that
Ah!
verbatim, obviously, but like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And then the whole reason why Ted wants to become a teacher and the reason behind Christian's mom and everything like that is also like that part of the story is amazing too.
Yeah.
And
I
sweet,
just
funny.
love how
Yeah,
it
it's
all
just
comes together.
good.
Even in the very end when like Louisa's like, so Ted, what you gonna do with your life? And he's like,
Mhm.
well, I found out that the kid who stabbed me, like they need teachers at those prisons. And then he's like, it's
Mhm.
a stupid idea. And Louisa's like, it's not a stupid idea. Like
Yeah.
he's facing his fear almost, but still
Mhm.
being like a good human. And then it comes back to what we were hearing all throughout the book, which was you're really bad at abandoning people.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. And when they go to yours house, which is crazy.
I I gasped out loud. Out loud.
What?
I was
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
expecting that at all.
Right? Yes.
I thought he was
It's
gonna
so
be
good.
dead. I thought he was dead. Nobody knew that fucking
No.
Yori was alive.
Yes. Yeah.
Yor was alive until he was
No.
standing there with his friggin' ankle
An
bracelet
ankle
on and
mont. Yeah.
everything.
Which also that whole story too of why he has the ankle monitor. It's just, oh my God, the book, Frederick.
And then like
Every time.
Ted essentially brought Louisa to yours house
Mhm.
because he's like, you're better at telling the end of the story because it's like what
Yes,
he did. And then he tells her the end of
exactly.
the fucking story.
It's just perfect.
Oh,
And then like when Christian's mom shows up and they're like, this is her part of the story, her turn, time to tell her part. Like it's just so good. It's so good.
and like Ellie and yours love
Mhm.
story was like
Yeah,
fucking cute. I'm
so
sad
sweet.
that she died.
Mm.
She
Yes.
she moves to like California.
Hmm.
That's like her sad story is that she has to
Hmm.
move.
Because her
Because I was
dad's
talking
shitty.
about that. Yeah, all three of them had something shitty happen.
Hmm.
Ted's dad, Christian, Jor's
You're,
dad, and then fucking Allie moving. But she decides that she's gonna start surfing, and then it sounds like it was right after her 18th birthday that she died in a
yeah.
surfing accident. So,
Hmm.
but like there are worse ways to go.
Yeah. No, and like honestly, when you have fulfilled in your life, like meh,
Yeah.
meh.
Yeah.
She sounds like her and your had a beautiful relationship the whole time,
Yeah.
even at a distance.
They
So
wrote each other letters.
so sweet. So
And like
sweet.
and he
He's
even
never been
tells
with anybody like he's like that's my love. Like I'll never be with anybody else. Like that's my love.
oh my god, it's so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
really cute.
Oh,
It's really cute.
it's
Um,
just so good.
let's see what else happened. I mean, they end up getting attacked. Like
Oh
Louisa
yeah.
bounces on the train and then
See
Ted
ya.
goes after her and then Ted ends up
Mm,
getting attacked and then Louisa obviously shows up and
yeah.
she
It's the same.
literally what are you
Att-
saying?
I was like, she literally is like goes fucking ninja.
She metal pipes it. She's like, I gotta. She's like WWE. Like, let's fucking go. Woo!
Yeah. Are you ready to
but
rumble?
She was, but she's ashamed of it. She's ashamed of, like,
Yeah,
she's
the
ashamed of the
violence.
depths that live within her. Yes.
Mhm.
But then Ted likened it to Yor, saying like they fight like they're a whole army, like small but mighty, like all heart kind of thing, which I
Mhm.
loved because it's
Mhm.
like the two sides of
Switch,
that.
yeah, switch the
Mhm.
thinking around.
Mhm.
That part was really interesting because during that time she reflects about Fish a little bit more, and we find
Mhm.
out a little bit more about her story, which is
Mhm.
also equally just heartbreaking. It sounds like they're like a year apart, Fish and
Yes. Yeah.
Louisa. Yeah. And she's struggling with substance abuse, but they are like, they lived a life to, she said something, they lived life together, but ultimately had their own lives.
Yeah.
And so she would be left a lot by Fish because she was doing her thing with her special friends and things
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
And she was also addicted to love as much as she was to drugs and stuff. And though their little sweet night of them breaking into the library is beautiful, and how they read each other fairy tales, and then sadly she is found passed away in the library in the fairy tale section. Oh.
Oh, I actually wrote down this quote because I really, really loved it. Fish was always in love with someone. Her crushes were like the drugs she took, happiness on credit. Her heart paid the debt with interest.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Stop! That's so
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we do
Yep.
learn about that. They end up meeting this taxi driver who turns out to be this like amazingly crazy old woman who literally
Yeah.
has a plant named Albert in her backseat that she brings to
Mm-hmm.
work so he can get some sun, even though it's night.
Yeah. Even though she just needs somebody to take care of. That's what makes them
Oh,
human. Like,
I know.
just
I know.
these little bits of
I know. I
truths.
loved it. I loved it because when Ted ran off the train to get Louisa, he left his luggage, the painting,
Mhm.
and the artist on. He left everything. He just
He
bounced. Like,
literally was like, wait a second, I'm after her.
so then the
Which
taxi driver was like, let's
is,
go
yeah.
find the train. No big deal. Let's go find the
Mhm.
train. So then they
That moves
eventually,
at 100 kilometers an hour. Yeah, no big deal.
but they eventually do, but then it goes. But then when they're on the platform, the woman with the baby reappears.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, you forgot this. Also, here's your things, and you can come stay at my house anytime you
Yeah.
want to,
Yeah.
which
It was
is
so cute.
sweet. Though then she's like, oh, by the way, I thought that box was empty because it was so light, and it was definitely not your friend. So it's in the garbage. But it's
Oh,
not in the garbage, actually, at the end of the book.
oh, what's
The
the
conductor
conductor?
calls Ted because Louisa was trying to talk him up on the train earlier because he was in prison. He's a bad guy.
He's a bad boy, yeah.
But he is like, I've got your ashes here, and also like you can call me sometime. And he's like, okay, I'll call you when I'm ready to pick it up. And he's like, no, like you can call me sometime.
Like, I'm interested in you.
So good. Like, hello.
Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, no artist. Oh, then they break into the fucking sporting goods store and pay for everything so that Ted can teach Louisa how to swim in the ocean.
Mm-hmm,
Stop!
mm-hmm.
That's so
And
cute.
then pays for a ticket on a freaking sleeper train, blows her wee little mind, and she has the safest sleep she's ever had on it. Like,
Because the door has
come
a
on.
lock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
honestly, I think a sleeper train would be like,
Right? That would be so sick. We got to do the one that crosses Canada. We should do that.
that sounds amazing. I am in.
Hell
I am
yeah.
in. We also learn a lot about Ted throughout this.
Mhm.
He connects with his brother because his dad obviously dies, and
Yeah.
he connects with his
Yeah.
brother, and his brother ends up telling him a lot of their like family history that he just didn't know because his dad got sick when he was really young, so that's all he knows of his dad, which
Mhm.
is so sad. But I
Yeah.
really loved when the brother told him about how their mom and dad didn't say I love you. They said but.
Yeah, that was a sweet story. And then the story that they both do remember is also sweet too, because he's like, I remember that too. When they would go and say good, he'd say goodnight to the ghosts in the house. And then he's like, I thought that was a dream that I would have. And then his brother like actually like actualized it for him.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when they and then they go around and his brother goes and like turns off the lights and his mom steps on all the cracks to let them know she's home. Like, even though there wasn't a lot said in that house, there was a lot said through what they did
Their
for each other.
actions. Yes,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
cooking, the
Mm-hmm. The
when
lasagnas and
when
stuff.
Allie and Ted's mom have like a heart to heart because she decides to tell because Allie's like, "Oh, it's my favorite food," and she's like, "Lasagna," and she's like, "No, your lasagna." Oh,
Your lasagna.
it's
Oh,
so
so
cute.
cute. And also I loved how we found out how Christian's mom and Kim like actually like how much she helped him. And then again with Louisa, like at the end, how she organized that as well. Like it was just so good. And how she like went and left his drawings at his mom's house the one time, and she understood finally and like hugged him for the first time. Like,
Yeah, there's like a lot of like loss and grief in this book, but
mm-hmm,
there was like also an interesting amount of healing as well. Like people kind
mm-hmm.
of or maybe not healing, but just like working through their grief together so that it's not remember how I said to you the other day it's like happiness
Yeah.
shared is double and sadness is
Yeah.
halved. Like it's kind of almost
Yeah.
like that kind of
Yeah.
a
It
vibe.
is. And it's like it's beautiful because they all understand it and you don't have to like explain it. It's easy.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
just easy.
Mhm. Mhm.
And um they're talking about like when Allie has to leave, they're like she's like, oh, you're just gonna forget about me, like whatever. And he's like, what do you mean? I don't even remember life without you, and you've been here for like a year. Like, get
I
out
know.
of here. Like,
They
it's
love each
just,
other so much.
yeah, they do. Oh gosh.
They love each other so much. Okay.
Mhm.
What let's I'm just trying to keep us on track here. What else can we talk
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
can talk about how they got the money for the art supplies for the competition,
yeah.
which then turned out to only be opened to people 13 and
Children.
under.
To literal children. It was for children. It was for children.
But it was that Christmas story about the people
Mhm.
who, whatever, his mom sold her skates, which were given to her as a gift from her mother so that she could buy Yori a bike, which he's stolen and sold a lot of bikes, but he'd never sold his own bike, which he then sells so that he
Mhm.
can buy art
Yeah.
supply.
Art supplies. Oh man, and how that all goes down. Oh my god, I could go on for about forever. Like just how the Ellie and Ted are like, run!
Run! And they
And
run
then
into each other.
they're just standing there with the receipt being like, we literally bought this.
No, we're good. No, we're
We're
good.
good.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. I also fucking love how well, first of all, Jor tells Louisa that she's the happy ending of all of this, which is like
Mm-hmm.
absolutely adorable. But then we also find out that Jor's mom got a happy ending because she ends up finding some nice man that like even plays fucking tennis with her, which is
Right? Oh my gosh. And we should say like
oh.
cuz Louisa also asks, she's like, how, like, why are you still here? Like, what happened? I can see obviously like you lived with your dad here. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
is going on? Because there's still
Mm-hmm.
like wheelchair ramps, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, as much as I hated that man, in the end, I loved him. He was different, and like
Mm-hmm.
he could see it in his eyes even,
Mm-hmm.
and like you were saying earlier, but like in the end he was able to say that he loved him, which
Yeah.
was
Even after everything
interesting.
he'd been through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's also like perspective too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm pretty sure his dad got his penance being.
Yes.
Really, he just wanted his dad to stop beating them.
Yes, that's all he wanted.
And
Yeah,
that
which
happened.
is,
And he
yeah,
didn't even have to kill him. So
exactly.
that
Exactly.
worked out. Story
Yes.
story worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think what I was trying to say was that there was I think a moment of realization when he sees how much he's been reduced to,
Yeah.
that he understands that, like, even though I'm small now, he has no power over us.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that. I have this quote here, which I think is like the overarching theme of the whole book. I'm just gonna read it if that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Louisa, and she's talking to everyone. She's telling them this. She says, Fish read in a book that in heaven, you get to choose one moment from your life, your best moment, and then you get to feel like that forever. She said, it doesn't matter if we live till we're 80 then, because that's just lots and lots and lots of nows, and one single really good now is enough. And that
Mm-hmm.
is a
Mm-hmm.
masterpiece. And I love that. And I love that. It's like the idea of like living in the now and enjoying
Mm-hmm.
things that are happening and just like slowing down to have those moments and like love those moments. Oh,
Absolutely. That's,
it's
yeah, so
beautiful.
good.
It's
It is
beautiful.
so
It's
good.
really beautiful. Okay, there's more.
Yeah.
Like when the kids break into the museum.
To the museum and hang up a painting that isn't belong there.
Yeah, and then the security guard shows up and is like, "You're stealing," and they're like, "No, this literally is ours." And then they need to
Mm-hmm.
call a trusted adult, and none of them have one, except Ted
Kim
remembers. Yeah, Kim remembers.
remembers he has an adult that he can call, and that's where
So
Christian's
cute.
mom comes back.
Which is so
Yeah.
cute. Yes, she sees his art. She makes everything happen. She gets everything moving. He doesn't have to go
Mm-hmm.
back and see the owl. Fuck that. He goes to art school. Then he gets to travel, etc., etc. That's his fucking life. Another cute
Hell
thing that
yeah.
I thought was adorable because I just love this was how Christian's mom, who we never get her name, which is interesting.
No, no, and
Christian's mom,
never Kim's dad either. It's always the artist's dad or Kim's dad or his dad or whatever.
true, or
Father.
Ted's dad, or
Yeah.
Ted's mom, or Ted's
Mhm.
brother. I don't think we get any of those.
No.
Weird. We got the ox though, which was like an interesting little story. Ted's brother has
Mhm.
a happy ending. Everybody gets a happy ending. But anyway, Christian's mom was was asking Louisa, and I think it was the first time that somebody was really asking her about Fish and like how she was dealing with her grief because this was like her best friend that died. She's like, do you see her out of the corner of your eye? And Louisa was like,
Mm.
all the time. And this is what she tells her. Christian's mom says, so every time it happens now, every time I see him out of the corner of my eye, I whisper peekaboo. And that's so cute.
That's
That's such a
sweet.
like
It
that's such
was
a
sweet.
great it's just such a
Mhm.
great like grief teaching tool. Like
Yeah.
reframe it, peekaboo. It's something cute and happy, like they're visiting you.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like they're leaving you all over again. It's like,
No,
no,
they're here to see you. They're here. Yeah. Ugh.
the
Yeah.
artist actually even like so him and Jor have a falling out because he tells Jor that he's gonna stay, and then Jor like unleashes the Kraken on him,
Mm-mm.
saying the most terrible things that he didn't even mean, but he needed to get him to leave. So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of sucks.
He had to push him away to
Yeah.
get him to leave because, yeah, after all that, he's like, okay, well, that was cool.
Yeah. Yep.
I do love how, like, years later when his art is actually back in the museum, how people are like lining up around, like the guys from the harbor are there to see, like, the first ones in line. I do like that. I do like that, even
That's
though
cute.
I guess it's just their guilt, though. Again, they were
Well, like
saying that.
their redemption arc, right? Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
showing up to support no matter how they could,
yeah.
and they probably hold a lot of guilt, and they should.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
um, I mean, essentially, we can talk about the ending now, what they do with the painting, which, well, they call it the reverse heist, which is the best.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
because they essentially break into the same museum that they broke into before and leave the painting behind, although this time it's literally worth XX amount of dollars. Who knows?
Literal.
Literally.
They
And
don't, yeah, it's weird that he doesn't say how much it ever is worth, but I guess it just
I loved
means
it.
it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
loved
I
it
think
because that changes, right? Like
exactly.
in 30 years, $2 million might not be a lot or whatever. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
hopefully,
Exactly.
hopefully.
Oh
Um,
God.
but I was super curious as to what they were going to do with the painting. And Louise's thoughts as to why she decided to leave it at the museum was because if I see this painting as money, then I'll see all paintings as money. Then I'll never be able to paint. So smart.
Mhm.
So
Yep,
smart.
yep.
So
Yeah,
smart.
there's she and then I love how the auction people emailed Ted and was like, or called Ted and was like, I don't know where your stuff went. Like I can't find it anywhere. I
I've
love
lost your
how
number. Yeah, I'm just calling to
I
let you know I've lost your number.
lost your number. Yeah, I lost your number. I can't find it anywhere. I can't find any of your information anywhere at all.
That's
Love it.
just so
Yeah, it's
cute.
so good. Yeah, because he's like, well, so because it takes them forever to figure out that it's even there to in the first
Mm-hmm.
place, like 4 days
Mm-hmm.
or something, and then it obviously becomes this whole viral thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is so cool.
Mm-hmm. 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 I love that. I just love that
It's
because that
so
was
good.
like a huge part of it. Like, what are they going to do with the painting? Like, how is this going to
Hmm.
change Louise's life? But it wasn't about the money for her
Yeah.
all along. And she then, like,
Yeah.
it was about meeting Ted and it was about meeting Christian's mom and Jor. Like, that's what
Hmm.
it was for her because now she has a little mini family. So much so that she calls Ted one time in the middle of the night and he's like, "Can this wait until tomorrow?" And she's like, yes, but I've found one of us." And Ted immediately is like, "Tell me everything."
Tell me everything. It's just so good.
And then she tells him that he should write a book. And he says, "What would someone like me write a book about?" And that's the
Mhm. You
end.
wrote your story. It's
Oh,
right
it's so
there.
good. It's so good.
You
It's
you know
so.
it's good when you even read the acknowledgments. You just don't
Did
want it to
you?
end.
Did you?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
did
he
too. I
shouts
did
out
too.
his dog.
I
Yes.
know. What's his dog's name too? It had a cute little
Donkey.
name. Donkey. It's so
German
cute.
Shepherd Donkey. I
German
love when he posts about her too, because it's just, yeah, she's chaos by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but like he's honest about it at least, which is the
Yeah. Yeah.
best. Oh my God. Okay.
Yes.
How would you describe the tone? Did you like the writing style? We obviously.
Yes. We love the writing style. It's so good.
How would
Just
you like describe it to someone?
um I feel like it is like the truth straight and to the point. Like
Yes.
it's
But
just
then
like
also like cutified sometimes.
yes, but like the human aspect to it. There's
Yes.
like it's just innately human. It's
Yes.
human. And it
Yes.
doesn't matter who you are though either. Like yeah, it doesn't matter. Like he
Yes.
covers such a wide range of like different types of people and everything. Like it doesn't matter if
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not geared toward women, it's not geared toward men
True. True.
specifically or any type of person. There's a perspective from a clearly gay man in here. Like it could people all of all walks of life can
Yeah.
relate. I feel like
You know what?
immigrant
That's such a
people in here as
Yep.
well. Like
Yep. That's such a great point because I actually loved that though not none of those points were like major plot points, but
mm-mm,
still very visible. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
included, but it didn't feel like the token gay person. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it was just was part
exactly.
of the story all along as if it should be that way. And I really love
As it should
that.
be.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
I yes. And I do it, yeah, I just feel like it's literally just human. Like it
Mm-hmm.
feels human. It
Mm-hmm.
feels real. It feels like it's been written from somebody who takes a moment and thinks about
Like
how
and
they're
like lived
feeling
experiences,
and
right?
live
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and have been through shit and have come out and have tried. They're
Mm-hmm.
trying. That
Mm-hmm.
person is trying.
Mm-hmm. This was one of my other favorite quotes, and I think it gives insight into why I love his writing so much, because it's almost like he like it's like new concepts for the same old thing. Like he's describing love here, and I've never heard this before. But he's talking about Ted's brother is telling him about his parents. And he says that he and mom weren't like two magnets. They were like two colors. Once they were mixed together, there was no way of separating them. That's so beautiful. That's like such, and it paints such a beautiful love story, and it comes
Mhm.
right back into the theme of the whole book, which was the art, the artist, the like. Oh,
Mhm.
speaking of which,
Yeah.
I've got something else to talk about, which is
Yes.
all of the times that it talks about art. So I noticed that there is a lot of art is this, art is that, art. There's like a lot of like art is not this too,
Mhm.
but I didn't write those ones
Yeah.
down. But I actually like Apple F'd and went through and found like all of the references as to what art is in this book. So can I tell you some of
Yes, please. Yeah.
them? Okay. Art is context. That's a good one. Just like a short little one. Art is so big, so unfathomable that it teaches us to mourn for strangers. Art is a moment. Art is being a reason. Art is coping with being alive for one more week, which is
Mhm.
great. I love this one. Art is what we leave of ourselves and other people,
Mhm.
which I feel
Mhm.
like this book is like that in my soul.
Mhm. Mhm.
Art is coincidence. Art is nakedness. Art is your homeland. Great art is a small break from human despair. Um, art is completed by the viewer. Art is nothing for people with armor. You need a thin skin, but someone like that isn't only sensitive to beauty, but to everything, which was just like beautiful. Art is what we leave of ourselves in other people. Art is what can't fit inside a person. Like,
Oh,
stop.
yeah.
That's so
So
fucking
good.
good.
Yeah.
Art is a fragile magic. I swear there's only 3 left. Um, art is empathy. Art is so big. So, oh, I already think I said that one. Yep. Um, art doesn't require training, dear child. Art just needs friends.
Oh, yeah. 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 Christian's mom.
Christian's
Yeah.
mom. I just love
Yeah.
how how um like that whole art is, because art is so undefined. Art is not,
Mhm.
art is
No.
subjective. It is to everybody. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter. Like whatever. That's
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
something that is totally subjective. But
Absolutely.
art is also all of those things too. It's
Art absolutely is.
just so nice.
It's so good. Did you feel like you like learned or like gained a new perspective, anything?
I love the writing style and I love the twist, because when you think of a twist, I'm like always thinking about wanting to write my own book. I don't think I ever will, but
Mhm.
like I feel like every time I read a book, I'm almost doing research, like pulling things from it that I like. But I loved that Jor was still alive, and I love the little twist with his dad. Like those were great. I love that. And it's
Mhm.
not like
Mhm.
we're always reading thrillers and the twist is always like this like big mind fuck and you're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, yeah." But this wasn't that. Like it was really
No.
subtle, but enough for you to be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that and I love it."
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. And I sometimes I feel like even just like thinking wise, like some thought process wise, it like trying to think of the more like positive switch
Yes.
in it, because somebody's like Louise is checking Ted in this book a lot, but also vice versa. And
Yeah.
then other Jor or your and like they're all checking each other with their
Yeah.
own perspectives and truths on things as well, which is cool too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I like that, and I like the idea that like you can be, because how old were the friends? They're like
14.
37 or something?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like
Yeah.
later on. And there
Hmm.
was that part too where you were saying they were all checking each other, but like Ted was like, "Oh, my mom had me in the basement so that I would be out of her way." And then Louise is like, "Are
Hmm.
you sure she didn't have you in the basement so you like wouldn't see your dad dying and like you'd have somewhere to hang out
Hmm.
with your friends and stuff?" And it like I love the idea that you can be
Yeah.
37 years old and someone can tell you something and you can go, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Exactly.
You're not wrong.
That was the exact point that I was thinking of. Like that is, yeah, I loved that part.
Yeah. What did you rate it?
5 stars, obviously, but I do want to listen to it. I want to listen to it and try to give it a little. I feel terrible that I didn't put as much love into it that I wanted to, and attention into it, because it was an amazing book and I wish I could read it for the first time again.
But you kind of can.
I can listen to it for the
You can
first
listen
time.
for the first time,
Absolutely.
and it will be a different experience.
It will be.
Yeah, me too. 5 stars.
Fun.
I just butted this book.
But I love it.
I love it. I love it so much.
But would you recommend it to a friend?
Yes, and honestly, I would recommend this as a first Fredrik Backman as well.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
I would say read this book, because what was the first Fredrik Backman book that you read?
Beartown. I read
Beartown.
Beartown first. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Which is interesting. I'm like, when did Anxious People come out? Was it before Beartown?
No, it was after.
No, it was after. I was like, I would have, but yeah, no, I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
Even like Anxious People, I if I were to tell somebody to read Fredrik Backman, I would have always said Beartown, because that's where I started, and like that's how I fell in love in it. And then if you love it, there's 2 other books, blah, 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 blah. Or like A Man Called Ove, because like it's a movie or whatever. But I think now I would always say wouldn't tell people to start with Anxious People. It's a good book, but it's not like it wasn't my favorite. But now I think I would be like, read this one. It's just so full of heart. It's everything you'd want.
It's so good, and it illustrates what a true friendship is. And I love you, Kate.
I love you,
my best friend. We're so lucky. We are so lucky.
We're lucky. That's like when Ted's brother was like, well, not all of us are lucky to have friends like you. And it's just like,
yeah.
Oh, it's
and
so
he's
true.
like, what? You noticed I even had friends? Like, just, yeah. Oh, so good.
Good friends. They're just good friends. It's just cute. It was a great book. I loved it. And I guess now,
I guess
change into a different world.
We're going into the Shield and Sparrow world. Oh.
To see what's going to happen. It's
okay.
It's a little
We're going to try a little fantasy on Book Club Babes. We'll try it out, everybody.
We'll try it out.
Okay. So we'll be here for the first half next week.
Yes, we will.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening. Please join us over at the Book Club Babes Facebook group for book discussions and to make your book recommendations, or on Instagram at bookclubbabes.pod.
If you'd like to reach out to us directly, you can email us at bookclubbabes.pod@gmail.com or contact us on our website at bookclubbabes.ca. If you love the Book Club Babes podcast, please tell a friend about us. And until next time, bye!